you got to make the best out of any situation, first of all. So even in a situation as messed up as that, you gonna find a way. It's just it's the strength of the human spirit that allows you, in the most messed up of circumstances, allows you to be able to smile, laugh, and make a joke about this shit. That's why they got this saying, "I gotta smile." I mean, yeah. What they say? When I say I laugh to keep from crying.
Laugh from crying, right?
You know what I mean?
Welcome to a new episode of the Disclaimer Podcast. Disclaimer, we on this show do not mean any harm to anybody, mentally, physically, or emotionally. We are just here for entertainment purposes.
Entertainment purposeless?
And entertainment purposes only. Yes, Lord, man. We got a special guest in the house. I'm your host, comedian Hannibal Thompson, my co-host, Sir Hands.
I'm in here.
And we got a special guest, my brother.
Yeah.
The one, the only. One of the most hustling and most funniest comedians in the world. All the way up from Oakland, California. My guy, Jerry Law.
Bay Area's finest.
Too Raw. A.K.A. Lucky Dollars. A.K.A. You See It. A.K.A. Mr. Do Everything. Yes,
The
Lord.
face of the Bay in this stand-up comedy
From the
shit.
stage to the cage, man. Let's talk about it, man.
going
We gonna get to it, man. Thank you for being on with us, man.
I thank y'all for having me, man. I
You know,
appreciate this, man. You know what I mean? This is a dream come true of mine, man.
Yeah, okay. You're on the hottest
I was just
podcast
saying
in
to
the
myself,
world.
man, you should be on that motherfucking podcast.
Yeah, you own it.
Oh, can we cut?
You can do whatever you want to do.
This you.
Oh, well, hold on. Well, let's get a shout out to the sponsors for long.
Okay, look
Shout out to the sponsors.
You want to get started already, yo, talk about?
in.
You want to
let
get
me get
started
you
already, yo, talk
I
about?
mean, it's only right?
It's only right?
Well,
Okay, go ahead, pour it up, keep pouring. There we go, right there, you good.
Okay.
That's cool right there.
You know they say it's
Early in the
a
morning,
treat
it's a
when
little early.
players meet.
It's a treat when players meet. That's that Barry.
So yeah, I was just talking to this guy
Yeah,
on the
man, I'm so
phone yesterday,
bad.
talking to my guy Hannibal.
Yes,
and I
Lord.
just said, Hannibal, I said, man, this guy is working.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers to that. Cheers to me working, motherfucker.
Yeah. Nah, for real.
Cheers.
I say he's working though.
They be hustling, boy.
I'm seeing him everywhere. Every time I flip a channel, something going on in the Bay, he the face of this stand-up shit, not on the internet doing dumbass skits. He really on stage putting in work. And I don't knock niggas that do skits, but I just know what you're gonna do when you can't do skits no more. You gotta get up there and get that stand-up and scrape your knuckles to the ground. So what's going on with you, brother?
Yeah.
I see you everywhere. I see you doing everything you need to be doing, like to be next up around here.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I mean, you gotta, well, for me, thank you, Hannibal, as well. You know what I'm saying, Sir Hans. But for me, I always like to pay homage. You know what I mean? What I'm saying, those that came before me, and I see how they did it, how they was doing it, and then I, adopted my style because I'm a go-getter. That's just me. I'm a hustler. I'm a go-getter.
Right.
I might have 10 cents a day, but tomorrow I had 10 G's. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hustler. I'm a go-get-it. You feel me? By any means necessary. But to watch the brothers and sisters come from this soil up here and see them, reach higher heights, deeper depths. Because like I say, Hannibal got so much shit, he don't even promote it to talk about it. I was just watching YouTube one night and saw him up there with like a stand-up roast battle, but it was on a major fucking thing.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I called him. I said, Hannibal, man, I ain't know you did. He was like, man, I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, that's like, that brother's a trendsetter, man. I'm honored and a pleasure to be in the motherfucking presence. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's Mrs., leaf-throated blower.
And it's crazy, man. So you have not just a unique style, you got a unique background and everything. Like, for example, I'll tell you a small story that this is how we kind of similar in comedy. So Tommy T's is like your home club. Tommy T's,
absolutely.
shout out Tommy T's Comedy
Shout
Club,
out Tommy T's.
Pleasant,
Shout out Tommy
California.
T's,
That's like its own club, and that's like a lot of comedians from the Bay home clubs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Tommy T's is the first American comedy club to give me my own weekend, basically. You know what I'm saying? First American. Canada was the first. They been giving me weekends for years. But Tommy T was the first American. But I remember we were talking one time, and I used to do this. Is what I used to do at Tommy T's a lot. Coming up, I'm still coming up, but I'm saying like in my early days of comedy.
Yeah.
I didn't know nobody in comedy coming into the game at all. So meeting people like comedians and stuff like that. But like when I started meeting like A-list headliners and stuff, it was through Tommy T's. But I used to hit them and ask them, could I do guest sets at Tommy T's, Bill Bellamy's, and Lonnie Love, Michael Black's, a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying?
I used to go for the free food, man.
And I used to do it a lot. I was one of the only comedians who used to do it. This is back a while ago, years ago. And this is when Tommy T's, the owner, he used to be in the club a lot. And it used to annoy him a little bit.
About what?
I found this out later. You know what I'm saying?
About what?
I just was a dog. I'm trying to.
You scraping in the dough, you kicking in the dough?
I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to get in where he's at.
Hold on. Before, so I'm really trying to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm every.
You used to get irritated with your hustle?
Nah, don't take it like that. Not irritated with my hustle. Nah, it's a protocol.
Yeah.
You're hiring a host, a feature, and the headliner. They probably bring their own host, feature, head times like that. Like either one of them things. But we was talking. I remember how you was telling me like you kind of did the same exact thing. Like
absolutely,
and it was hella funny. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's crazy that but you just picked up. He just picked up on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I told him. It was just like the universe told him, and he did, and it was the same type of thing. But and it's only a thing it's a networking thing.
Paying attention.
Yeah, paying attention, networking. Like how else you gonna, get on and stuff like that.
Well,
so
I've been dealing with you in comedy, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. Like Hannibal, like before I got into any of my own ventures, like that's what I used to do, just rock with him. You know, instead of me at 100 shows, you know what I'm talking about, a year. Like just this boy did a lot of open mics. And what I noticed about Tommy T's, the legendary Tommy T's, it's our showtime at the Apollo in the Bay Area. That's your proving grounds. If you can get them to laugh at Tommy T's, then you know you got your stand-up on point in the Bay Area.
Right.
Well, yeah,
for the black comedians.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it real with you. For the black comedians, if you go there and do your thing and get them to pay attention to Tommy T's, okay, you legit. Because niggas get booze at Tommy T's.
Right.
It ain't no easy stage.
Well, for Tommy T's, for me, see, you gotta understand.
That's what I want to ask you. How was that's what I want to ask you. Like, how was your
my experience in my run with Tommy T's? Well, for me, there's a lot of comedy clubs around the Bay Area. You know what I mean? But you have to look at your genre, your crowd, where you come from. And me, I was a Def Jam baby. You know what I mean? I grew up sneaking to watch Martin, you know what I'm saying, on Def Jam, tear the crowd up in 5 minutes and they jumping on their feet, a little energy.
Yeah.
That's why I be so energized. But I'm watching that, you know what I'm saying, risking the ass whooping from my grandmama. But by the same token, Tommy T's is one of the clubs it's accessible. It's right here. It's in Pleasanton. It's right in the Bay. It's like 15, 20 minutes from the town, from Oakland. And I'm like right there. So, I mean, it's like Billy the Kid. They asked
Shouts
him,
out Oakland, California.
They said, hey, Billy the Kid, why you rob trains? He said, that's where the money at. So if I'm going to do comedy, that's where the comedians at. And these ain't just no slouch comedians. This is the Mike Epps, the Carlos Millers, the DC Young Fly.
Right.
Everybody. These are top of the top. These are the Earthquakes. You know what I mean? These are everybody. You know what I'm saying? The Deion Coles. These are everybody. So it's right there and it's accessible to me. And so for me, my story story with them is different. Because I had, got released, came out of prison from the cage to the stage, you feel me? And free all mine, as I always say.
Shouts out to the
From cage to the
walls.
stage.
Hey, check it out. Thank you for watching the Disclaimer Podcast. This your player partner, All American P. Shouts out to Saz Window Tinted. Go see him in San Francisco and San Leandro. Sharice Kind of Sweets. She deliver everywhere. Candy, coated fruit, and everything you need. And last but not least, not your average clothing. They got clothes for kids, grandmas, aunties, your baby mamas, your side pieces, and all. Thank you for watching the Disclaimer Podcast.
And so I couldn't get a job. So Tommy, he had hired me to work. I was already doing comedy though, right? I was already doing comedy. I was doing there. The first person that gave me a show was Jennifer Thomas. She was the first person to give me a show there, and that was in September, like September 21st. You know what I'm saying? That was my first show. I got out of the pen in like 2012, so it was 2014. That's when I threw my first official show. But the first time that I ever got to get a guest set, like Hannibal was saying, they used to call me guest set luck. I built my career off of guest sets.
Yeah.
Because of people give me opportunity because comics didn't like to go first. So I learned, and it was just me, and I woke their game up. And then I was throwing shows. And like I say, shout out Jennifer Thomas. She gave me my first show at Tommy T's. And she also gave me my first hosting gig at Tommy T's with Dick Gregory and Paul Mooney. So I got into the game with greats. So I knew what time it was for me.
And you rocking the same crowd as these greats.
Yeah, and so
That's
it
the
was,
proving grounds,
I'm
obviously.
like, oh snap! I get the picture, you know what I'm saying? Because without the picture, don't count. And so she
Right,
did that, and
right.
then boom,
Yeah.
she said, "Hey, Lucky, you should, throw your show." I'm like, "All right." I had like 218 people in that motherfucker, and they came for me, man.
See?
And I was going to Chabot College, because man, it was a wild, crazy time for me. But my relationship with Tommy T's, they took me under their wing, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I couldn't get a job, you know what I'm saying? I had a son trying to take care of my baby boy. So Tommy hired me, you know what I'm saying? Security, boom, motherfucker doing that. And then when I'm there, I'm doing security and I'm hosting. And I'm getting on the stage. Like I
Yeah,
said,
I
I was
seen
doing
it all
the-
coming through,
I
seeing
was
that.
doing the show, and Dion Cole, motherfucking ass, he had that weekend. Dion Cole and Ocean Glap, they walked in. And me, I'm like, hey, man, Dion got his hoodie on, right? I don't even know it's him. And Ocean like, hey, man. I'm like, hey, man, hey, this is my shit. I'm J Lo. I'm like, hey, y'all pay y'all $5? I'm like, it's only $5, man. Come on. Dion, he's standing there like this. This nigga not moving. He ain't giving away nothing. He just like this, like a cloak and dagger. Ocean right there. He's like, yeah, man. We doing that. I'm like, because I don't know these motherfuckers, right?
Right.
So then the nigga Dion, it was like a nigga like a movie. The nigga just pulled his goddamn hoodie up. And I look and I was like, oh shit, nigga, all the groupie came out of me. Like, Mr. Cole, nigga, Dion.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the comedians I looked
Shouts
up
out
to.
Dion Cole, man.
Man, this is one of the comedians I looked
Yeah.
up to while I was incarcerated because he was a writer. I seen him on Conan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching this. I'm in a cell like this, nigga eating the spread,
what's
watching
up.
blood. And then next thing you know, I'm outside with him. You know what I'm saying? He at my show. And he was like, hey, man. And then my shows are diverse. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody, white, black, Asian, Vietnamese, Filipino. Shout out Pate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The Gorilla Pinos. Anyway, but
Shouts out to them guys.
yeah,
I'm
man.
seeing them.
But
They doing
anyway,
their thing.
like
I fuck with
they
them, too.
diverse. Dion was like, man, I love that. I like that. He was like, hey, you think I can go up there and plug my show? Huh? Do I think what?
Yeah.
Then he told Tommy, he said, man, he should host everything up in this motherfucker. And that's when
Yeah.
it
That was
it
the-
never came out official. But
Yeah.
that's when I started hosting the shit out of Tommy T.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what the time it is, man. It's like networking. That's the work. It ain't just about being funny. Being funny lasts and getting you on in the game, man. Last of the totem pole. Everybody talking about, oh, she ain't funny or he ain't funny, but you don't understand. You think them people rich because they funny? You think somebody get rich because they funny? No. I promise you. No.
It's just like boxing and rapping.
Yeah,
The
like,
best
oh.
boxers, the best rappers, you gotta really be networking.
You gotta know somebody who knows somebody,
Tying
man.
in.
It's
Your
all
network
about-
is your network.
Yo,
Some of
network
the
is your
rawest
network,
rappers are on the
man. You
corner
right.
without $5 in their
Your,
pocket.
your network is your net worth. Like
Right.
I can go around the country and if it's say Carlos Miller, Bubba Dub, or you know what I'm saying, even the Just Hilarious, you know what I'm saying? Like I came up with these motherfuckers like a Ryan Davis. Like we got like personal relationships. You know what I mean? Like as people, like comics, like when we was greasy in the game and they boom.
Right.
And I'm sitting up, I'm like, damn, we all Aquarius. Nigga, I got to be in this mix. I got to be in this mix.
Right.
They got to see me.
Right.
They got
Now
to
you
see me.
you born and raised in Oakland, California.
Oakland, California.
Yes, sir.
You went to high school, everything in Oakland, California.
No, I never went to high school. I was a junior high dropout.
Gotcha.
Like that?
You right, right.
Okay.
Shit,
I dropped
that
out
nigga
in
dropped out of
ninth
school
grade.
early.
Man, I was in my
That's
life
what
was
them-
real early. Man.
Right, real early. So I heard you talk about earlier. You did the time and the pen and shit.
Yeah.
And, so what landed you up? Would you ever like a juvenile baby and not a juvenile?
No, I wasn't so much as in and out of juvenile, but I was getting my hustle on. I was slanging, and so when I would go to juvie, it'd be like a 48 hour or something.
That
They'd pop
thing
me
got
right
you.
back
Pop you out.
out.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, so it wasn't nothing new.
Got you. So you went to the pen at a young age.
Well, I had caught a shooting as a juvenile, and that's when I first went to juvenile hall. I was 17.
Okay.
If I was 18, it would have been the cookies.
Oh,
but I
okay.
was 17, and so they sent me to juvenile hall on 150th, and had to fight that shit. And then next thing you know, did my little time, my little 15 months, came home, and then I caught another case, and that's what gave me that
Gosh, so you caught a shooting at 17 and got 15 months for it, and then
caught a shooting at the age of 22.
caught a
got
shooting
15 years.
at 22, got 15 years. So how was it like? And this is way before comedy, anything. This is just
Yeah,
street
this is way
hustling in the
before
streets
all
and shit. How was it like? It's your first time in the pen.
Yeah, very first. Yeah.
So how was it like? Like, was it like a culture shock, or was it like? How was it like your first time in the pen? 'Cause, a lot of people go there. They get after a while. When you're young and you go there to the pen, just from knowing people who've been to the pen before.
Yeah.
It's like all fun and games. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get from them. Like, it's all fun and games. But so, how was it like for you when you first got to the pen?
Well, for me, you got to make the best out of any situation, first of all. So even in a situation as messed up as that, you gonna find a way. It's just it's the strength of the human spirit that allows you, in the most messed up of circumstances, allows you to be able to smile, laugh, and make a joke about this shit. That's why they got this saying, I gotta smile. I mean, what they say, I laugh to keep from crying.
Laugh from crying, right?
You know what I mean? Because
That helps you in there?
That's where that come from. Well, not so much as me. I mean, I was me. My brain, my head was clear. I was clear about why I was there, what happened, you know what I'm saying, how I got there. I was clear about that. So I didn't have nothing on my back. I wasn't carrying no extra weight as like, man, I done lost my life in here. I got all this time because a motherfucker made me do something or somebody, I did this. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like that
You was
for
a
me.
responsible person.
You know what I'm saying?
You
You
hold
know what I
yourself
mean? I
accountable
accept
for
all
your
mine,
actions.
you feel me? And so, you live life and you make forgiveness where you forgive at. And then some things is what it is, but then I always tell you got a choice. Some roads may be more advantageous than others. But in the neighborhood that we grow up in the Bay, it's like, you know what I'm saying, if a motherfucker push you, you push him back. If somebody fights you, go back out there and fight.
Right.
It's this what you got to win.
Yeah.
You
Ain't
got
no
to
talking. You got to be,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And you might not even be built like that. That might not even be you. You
Right.
might be
Yeah.
a talker. You
Right.
might be a good ass motherfucking conversationalist.
Yeah.
Right.
And you
That's
can
real.
quell the situation.
Good evening. Thank you for watching the Disclaimer Podcast. Hey, if you're looking for some of that puff pass, some of that good gas, go see Frosted Flavors in the Bay Area, Northern California. If you're looking for somewhere to get fresh and somewhere to wear on Saturdays, on the weekend, go see my girl Harley Fats. Some of that drip, just like that. And last but not least, man, for all you rappers, my boy I Am King Beats. I Am King Beats. He got the best beats in the business, man. Thank you for watching the Disclaimer Podcast.
Because I
But
heard you
that's
say,
not where you being pushed.
I heard you say you was even looking at comedy while you was in prison. So
Yeah,
that mean,
man.
you always found a way to get your laugh on and shit like that. Ain't too many cats sitting in prison watching stand-up comedy. And
Yeah.
interesting or something.
Man, let me
That's
tell you.
That's an inner thing.
I was in Salinas
And I
Valley.
love me some comedy. Out of all the gangsters in me, I fuck with comedy.
I was in Salinas Valley, and it was a dude named Harry O. Harry O was in Soledad, and the rumor was that he paid for both prisons to have cable. And and that's shit. That's where a motherfucker saw BET Uncut. Whoa! You saw it on the street. I was in the cell with another nigga. Nigga, this is not the place to see BET Uncut. Now he got a credit card swiping bitches' booty. I'm in the cell with a nigga. Nigga, this ain't gonna happen here.
So check this out.
Pull your curtain, young nigga.
Right, that nigga said.
What you do down there, nigga? What I do up here, mind your business, nigga. Don't be too loud, nigga.
And this is, you went in 2012, you said?
No, I went to the pen in '99. I mean, matter of fact, I got my case in '99. I went to pen in.
But I want to ask you one
2000.
question, though.
2000,
One more
gotcha.
question. I want to ask you one more question.
Let's go.
Because, like, when it comes to the county, it's crazy, right? This county jail. And I'm noticing before you go to the pen, you got to run through that county.
You do.
And I've noticed that I did a little research. You did county jail time in Southern California, and you did county time in Northern California.
No,
no.
I did county time in Northern California.
In Northern California?
Yeah.
Okay. So you never did county time in Southern California?
No, hell no.
Got you.
Have you
Okay,
been in jail in Southern California?
Yeah, in prison.
Prison?
Yeah.
That's
I
where
was
they sent us.
deep down there. I was down in Calipatria. I was at Centinela. Those are two prisons that's 15 miles away from the Mexican border.
Got you.
They
So,
send you there.
so go ahead, my bad.
Go ahead.
No, they send you down there. I mean, because they kept flipping yards. See, California don't want you to they don't want you to come home. They don't want you to get out. Now it's different a little bit, but they don't want you to come home. It's job security. The more lifers they got, it's job security. Long as they alive, they got a job.
Got you. Okay. So how many penitentiaries did you go to until you was there, like until you got out, basically?
I think I hit let me see. As soon as you come in, after you leave the county out here in the Bay, you go to San Quentin. San Quentin is a reception center. That's the first prison you hit, that OG prison San Quentin. You're going to be on Bayside or you're going to be on the Yard side. So you over there, and then they do your intake, they do your assessment. So they assess your case and see what you in here for, see where you from, what you claim, what you bang, all that, whatever you affiliated with, if non-affiliation, whatever the fuck, or what city you from, and then they determine, they give you some points. They got a point schedule, a point system. After they do that, then they determine where they're gonna send you to. So they'll write 2 prisons down on a piece of paper, or give them to. Yeah, they write them on a piece of paper and give them to you. But it's not necessarily where your ass is going.
Gotcha.
They gonna send you where the fuck they want to send you.
Yeah.
So a lot of niggas get hope. Ooh, I'm going to Solano by my family.
Yeah.
Then that nigga end up at the top of California. Nigga. This nigga in high desert. Nigga, the battle zone.
Yeah.
This nigga writing, mama, this ain't this goddamn mule creek.
I thought they was driving north. I'm going all the way up south.
It's ugly. So you hit that one. So I hit San Quentin. Then I went to Salinas Valley. I was there for a few years. Then I went to Centinela. Then I went to Calipat. Then I went to Old Corcoran. Then that's when Arnold Schwarzenegger got caught stealing money, and they sent us out of state. So I went to Delano for like overnight and shit. Then I went to Oklahoma. I did my last 4 years out there. Then I came home and then to what? Nigga, nigga, they drove us on the bus for 50 hours straight, blood.
For 50 hours?
From Oklahoma all the way. This what broke me. I said, I don't want to commit on a crime. Nigga, the light could be green and I won't even walk.
The ride broke you?
Hey, nigga,
And they did a
50
bus
hours.
ride.
And they was playing a movie called Umbach, right? And I had never seen this movie, heard this movie. And the way they got it shaped up, where if you look at the bus from outside, it don't look like a bus. It look like a horse trailer.
Yeah.
It looked like they pulling the horses. It's shaped like a horse trailer. But it's nigga, we in that motherfucker.
Oh, wait, hold
like this. With Unblock on replay.
Crazy. So you ain't no bus.
No.
You in that thing that pull the horses. They got.
I mean, they turned it into a little
It
bus.
looked like
you can
that.
see where they done welded the shit.
Yeah.
They wanted to look like that because they're in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So they don't,
They don't want people stopping the bus. Yeah.
It's
They don't want people
yeah.
to know it's a prison, bro. So
Yeah.
you look at
So who's pulling y'all? I mean, what's pulling y'all in?
no, it's
a truck?
No, this motherfucker is a full bus, but the outer shell is made it look like that
It's
is
horses.
that is pulling horses.
Oh,
You
man,
know
I
this
got to
shit
look
get
that
technical.
up. That's
Oh, this
crazy.
shit get technical.
Oh, that's
They ain't paid that motherfucker.
And they driving up and down California with this shit.
Man, let me tell you, we drove from Oklahoma. We stopped at Arizona. I stayed there about a week in Red Rock or some shit. Then we go down to the bottom of motherfucking California to Centinela, and they rode us all the way up California till they dropped me off in Solano up there by Vallejo, Vacaville. Nigga, I was done. I said,
So see, I'm thinking this whole time, right? I'm thinking it's a plane ride when they ship people out of state.
oh no, they give you the plane ride first. Now see, when we first got shipped out of state, they had this thing, it said the fun jet. Man, they was dragging niggas. You gotta understand, motherfuckers been in jail forever, ain't never been on no plane. And it's hundreds of these niggas that ain't been on no plane.
Yeah.
And they dragging these niggas, no! Man, these is gangsters, these is murders, nigga, no.
Yeah.
You wasn't screaming when you robbed that man, motherfucker.
And they forcing niggas to get on planes. They're scared
Man,
to
they
fly.
forced niggas in the
Oh, that's fucked up.
They screaming and hollering. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Oh man,
I had been on planes before, so it wasn't shit to me. But man,
Yeah.
Some of the toughest niggas was shitting themselves.
Man, was they man? But like I said, Arnold Schwarzenegger was out of pocket. He got caught stealing money, and he said it's a national it's a state of emergency. The inmates are dying. They're dying from medical care and health and other. Then he was lying like a motherfucker. He was covering his ass, and that shit set the most. It turned the change to where now that's why you got lifers getting out. You got motherfuckers, man. They letting everybody up there, motherfucker.
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
So
that's
he said it's called the fun jet. So they put you on
They put us on a jet and took me to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, but coming back, you on this horse
You on
trip
this-
for 50 hours with a movie playing.
Man, look, and they stopped
On repeat.
Yeah,
On repeat, Umbach, the only movie. They
Damn,
didn't
a
switch it,
2-hour
didn't change
music.
it.
and you
every
in
time.
shackles.
And they ain't got no bass to the movie, so you just hearing and hear them. Man, I said, boy, this is a cold experiment. You ain't never gonna worry about me getting up in that chair.
Yeah.
And so,
Good evening. Thank you for watching the Disclaimer Podcast. And make sure you go grab you a can of Goat Fuel. Goat Fuel, some of the best energy drink in the business by yours truly, All-American P and the GOAT, Jerry Rice of the San Francisco 49ers. Go grab you a can of Goat Fuel. Tell him P sent you. Yes, Lord.
but even leaving there, I did my that was my first. I did my first comedy show in prison.
Okay.
Is that right? Okay, so you already knew what you was doing.
Well, kind of a little bit because, like I said, I watched it and then I was actually starting to write jokes. And I don't know where it come from, but all my life they said you should be a comedian. So I'm starting to write jokes and I'm writing them while I'm in the prison. I'm in the cell in Oklahoma. And my nigga T-Man, man, my little Damu nigga T-Man, his mom passed. And I didn't know that pain yet.
Okay.
And so, you know, in prison, you can't, and his mom was his main source of everything. She said he probably take care of her son, you feel me?
Right.
And so he was like, yeah, man, I can't wait to get out. My mom and my sister. And his mom passed, and so, you know, he stayed in the cell for about a good month and a half, then in 2 months. So one day, I'm watching the Raider game. It's a Sunday. The OG Crip homie, he come up. He like, hey, look. He said, come on down, man. The homie T-Man about to come out. T-Man, he's a blood from PDL. So I'm like, huh? And I look, and man, it was hella niggas. It was all the Crip, the blood, because I'm the only Bay nigga in the building. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, huh?
So you around all L.A.?
Yeah. So I'm around all LA niggas. So I'm like, man, I'm like, nigga, if y'all trying to pack me out, don't want to put me out, nigga, just let me know. You gotta use this bullshit till my T-Man coming out. Yeah. He like, no, look, you with the funniest motherfucker. He said, man, come make the homie laugh. You know his mom. I said, yeah. I said, I got you. He said, man, I'm gonna give you $20.
Yeah.
Right? He said, I'm gonna give you a shot of coffee first, because I know that's what you want. Mm-hmm. And then he gave me $20 in canteen. It was like deodorant, soups and shit. And I went down there, so we started gambling because we be playing poker and this little game called In Between. And so, you know, a nigga know, once you try to roast me, nigga, it's over.
Yeah.
I'm cooking, nigga. And I just got started, and I go on about 20, 30 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Just busting.
You got a laugh out of him?
Cap, did I? He
Yes,
was like,
up.
man, that motherfucker, man.
That's what's up.
He was like, thank you, homie, thank you.
And this when you was in Oklahoma.
This when I was in Oklahoma.
Okay, got you. So I heard that you told me that you was in Oklahoma. You was in the pen with 4 Extra.
4 Extra just got out, matter of
Yeah,
fact.
yeah, the L.A.
Welcome
Off
home,
the
boy.
back on a dead homie.
Yeah, this nigga just got out of jail.
Ba-ba-da.
So there was a dude on the internet saying that this nigga 4 Extra talking about he done caught fades with everybody and beat up niggas on the streets and beat up niggas in jail, but they wonder there ain't a video out there of this nigga scratching nobody. Like, but then there's too many cameras everywhere. And motherfuckers is questioning, like, is 4 Extra really about that fade life? Like the nigga Plumber? Because the Plumber nigga about that fade life.
And you've been.
Well, the plumber, that boy ugly as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He had to fight all his life. All my life I had to fight looking at that boy. That nigga, so I got my game in Sacramento, you know?
Yeah, but he catching them fades, though.
Over there with the Bladusky.
So they want to know, like, is that nigga, you say you been down with this nigga 4 Extra, is he
Man,
really catching
listen.
them fades, man? Is he really causing havoc how he hollering?
Man, let me tell you something.
Stamp this nigga
When I
what?
told you that I was in Oklahoma, so I'm in Oklahoma. I had came, like I said, I came from went from a level 4 to a level 3, and so I came from a 3-yard, and I had a celly. His name was Midnight. He's from Underground Crip, and we had cell made it up because of the way that the product, how the shit was moving, right? And then, like I say, nigga, I'm from the Bay. I you know what I'm saying? I put on for my section. I put on like that.
For sure.
I put on for the Bay. I put on for my section.
For sure.
And so niggas respected me, and they respected me enough to where my words meant something.
Yeah.
And so 4 Extra came through. He came straight from the fucking county jail. He came to Oklahoma. He was in another pod. And me and my nigga Midnight, we would go over there and we seen it. He was like 4 Extra. Because when you hit the line, niggas like, they'll start saying names. And I was like, yeah, 4 Extra. And I'm laughing because I'm like, you know, you heard it, you doing too much and all that. Nigga, 4 Extra.
Yeah, that nigga.
Man, that nigga got to be doing a lot.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, that nigga is not, that nigga like to fight.
You like to fight?
If you want your program fucked off, he will fuck it off.
Oh, shit.
You trying to save your stackula days so you can go home? Nigga, no.
Fuck off visits?
4 Extra want to fight. That nigga sleep with his fist balled up on the dead homie.
Ain't nobody coming to visit me anyway.
Homie, let me tell you something, nigga. On my mama, nigga. He was so bad because he didn't want to listen to nobody because he was on his own thing.
Yeah.
And I used to talk to him, you know what I'm saying? Because I was an older dude. I was a younger nigga, but I was an older dude, you know what I'm
That
saying?
big shit.
And so I'm lacing him up and I'm talking to him, and it was so bad that even it was an OG nigga named Killer, Compton Crip, and nigga, he didn't want to deal with the nigga, and he had that building. He didn't want to deal with him. And he was like, look, man, somebody talk
so
to
the
him.
nigga with the card, he couldn't even talk to him, huh?
Because he was ready to catch a fade with any and everybody.
Card
nigga.
holders and all.
Whoever. Off the bat, he didn't give a fuck.
And he a big old nigga,
But he was hella, I met him when he first came to the pen. He was swag. That nigga was little. He was skinnier than us.
Okay.
4 Extra was a little nigga. But that
Got it.
tap right here, a little neighborhood nigga, that homie, I used to lace. He reminded me of my little brother. We used to talk in depth.
Yeah.
And then that's when I learned that because I
Like
like
off
say
the
it's
bat.
social. So when I'm talking to him, you know what I'm saying, he came up like us, you know what I'm saying, with the same like crack house, hanging out, going with the homies, crack house, but they had the gang element. And so he pushed his shit like any nigga pushed their hood or their turf or they whatever.
Yeah.
But he pushed it to the extra. He pushed it. That's all he know. He'll tell you that's all I know. 40. That's all I know. He'll tell you that. He was telling me this years ago.
Any discrepancies we catching that fade.
And so that nigga he ready to turn up. And so what happened was they was like, hey man, you know, they was like, look, can you talk to him? So I'm lacing him up and I was like, man, what you need? So he had on the prison shit. So I got him his first pair of shoes, you know what I'm saying? So he can get out them flip flops, you feel me? So I gave the little brush some shoes.
What's up, dude?
Gave him a little, little regular little pants and shit. Cause
Right.
he didn't have his pants. He didn't get his clothes and shit yet.
And not to cut you off, like y'all both from California, you know what I'm saying? Y'all way in Oklahoma together.
Yeah.
So it's like it's only
mean,
right
it
to
was-
look out for him too. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, but it was
Scalio,
that. But it was like I said, we had deep talks. He reminded me of like my little brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My little brother Darius. That's what he reminded me of.
Right.
Because you could see the innocence in his eyes, but where he had been, you could see how his environment really shaped him.
Right.
Because that's all he fucking knew. When I tell you that's all he knew, that's all he knew, and it wasn't nothing else. He'll tell you that. And so I was like, damn, and it was that real. He caught a fade with a motherfucker while we was in that motherfucker. He was not bullshitting, and he was literate back then. You know what I
Right.
mean? So when I'm seeing him on the net now, I'm like, damn. I used to take my play. This nigga was so many. I used to take my PlayStation down there to his. Me and Knight used to take his PlayStation down there to his cell so he can play the game. 'Cause
okay.
We had PlayStation, Xboxes out in Oklahoma back in this time. This before the
A
rap.
lot of OGs fuck with folk. They say
Gotcha.
too though.
Like that. So we, you know what I'm saying? He playing a thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get him acclimated to this shit. Because nigga, he ready to turn it up on anybody, anybody.
Deal. Off
You know
the
what I mean?
bat.
And but
Anytime,
I'm trying
okay.
to teach him how to man calm my heads prevail. You got to think before you.
On
act.
Vernon Ave.
You know what I'm saying?
This is a nigga from Oakland, California that did time with him, so he
Yeah,
stamped. Okay, so
yeah,
he
that's
stamped
what's
up
up.
when it come down to the
Yeah.
to
And
what's
so
going
it's
on
brothers
with
that
it. It's
been there,
real.
you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
still keep in contact, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of brothers that I was locked up with from the Bay all the way to LA, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Damos, Chris, Who's Blood. Like it was just like my shit. What's his name? Kill. Raymond Cavendish. That's who I made the promise to that I would come out and be a comedian. He said, "Promise me, Lucky Cub. Promise me." I shook his hand. He was like, "Nah, promise me. Promise me you go out there and tell our
From the
story."
cage to the
He
stage.
said, he said, I've been locked up 27 years. I got life without the possibility of parole. He said, homie, I'm going to die in here. He said, you the funniest motherfucker I ever seen on TV live. He said, go tell our story. Go be a comedian,
You
nigga.
stand on
that's
your
what's
shit.
up.
And I gave the nigga my word. And look at me today, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the Disclaimer Podcast. This podcast is brought to you and sponsored by Luke Belair. Luke Belair, Villon France McQueen, and a Violent Fog, and Bamboo, the best cognac in the business. Make sure y'all go tap in with Belair. Oh, right, that's what's up.
That's
You
how this
really
shit came
scraping
about.
your
I
knuckles with
always hear
concrete.
people. Right, I always hear people who've been to the pen speak on the different type of politics from the pen in the streets. Basically, you could be enemies in the streets, bump heads, killer, whatever. But in the pen, it's different. You fuck around and be cellmates and gotta be together because of the politics, how the politics work in the pen. You gotta stick together, basically. Like, is that how it was that your experience?
Yeah, it was like that. I mean, I didn't really have no enemies like that on the street or nothing like that. So,
Right.
So I was cool, but by the same token, yeah, I see that a lot.
Right.
Where especially amongst them dudes from down south, because they are sworn enemies just based on what they represent.
Right.
And so we don't kind of have that in the Bay because it's not like, oh, he from this city, I hate him. No, we ain't. We come from blackness.
Right.
We come from unity.
Right.
We come from motherfuckers sticking together, putting the game down. It's other states that hate us. You know what I mean? So that wasn't my reality, but it was a lot of other cats' reality. Where I would see a dude sworn enemies, and I would hear, each faction side speak on it. I wouldn't say nothing because it ain't my business.
Right.
But I would hear him speak on it, but it would just solidify what I was thinking. Like, damn, these two hoods don't get along. Like, they sworn enemies on the street, kill each other on sight.
Yeah.
But on
But
program
y'all
and
are
shit.
sharing meat sticks and meat logs and deodorants and shit.
Yeah.
And,
In Chicago,
that's
they
when
make
you
them
see
look
the
like that.
fugazi shit. You like, yo, if you can get along in here, you can get along outside on the street.
Right.
What makes it
No
so
matter
different?
what makes it
yo,
so
yo, the dude that's your sworn enemy on the street, nigga, he might be a motherfucker save your life in prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Now how
that's
you
deep.
feel?
Yeah.
How you feel?
That's
That's
why
deep.
it's like when it's like that's why I said it's like when it comes to a lot of gang culture, like that shit don't make sense and you can't make it make sense.
Right.
I
know what
won't.
I'm saying?
When I say this, I won't. I won't never. For me, this is my own opinion. I would never disrespect the gang culture because I understand how they started. They started off in blackness. You know what I'm saying? Like from the Crips to the Bloods. You know what I'm saying? However, when you live by something and this is what your credo, so your oath is, and this is what you rock by, that's what you rock by. But it goes deeper because as blacks, we were warriors. We come from tribes.
Right.
Tribalism. We come from tribes.
Yeah.
So whatever block you claim, whatever you from. That's why you understand. And people like, oh, they could tear that block down. Man, we are our ancestral genes.
Yeah.
Nigga, we come from tribes. That's why you clean to something and you clean to all them people. And that's why certain people join gang could do that. They call it a gang to talk down on the tribes.
And it
I
ain't
know
no
you remember when they told us up here we couldn't walk in the mall more than 4 deep.
Yeah, I
And
remember
then
that.
like you like and to be honest, to keep it a buck with you, what you just said make a lot of sense. How they try to twist it and turn
Yeah,
it.
demonize
because-
your unity.
Exactly, because I was a part of something. Well, we was a part of something called the gang injunction.
Yeah.
To where if you blood brothers,
Yeah.
couldn't be with each other, couldn't hang with each other, couldn't live in the
That's
same
stuff
house.
that came from L.A.
Yeah,
that they brought to the Bay.
and it came from like wherever it came from. I'm just saying I see what you were saying because we was saying back then like ain't nobody no
Come on.
gang, ain't nobody no gang. You know, this is family, this is my brother, this is my cousin, this is my uncle, this is my, you know what I'm saying? He's just real family. It was not a gang. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? So we was saying that like what you're
Yeah.
saying too. You're trying to twist it and turn it into something that it ain't.
And that's probably why it's so sensitive to me because we was classified as gangs out here with the gang injunction, and we don't even represent no type of gang
Nah, we
morals
don't
out
do
here.
that.
So hear me out though, like, and I want to get right back on what you just said.
Okay.
And I told you, I don't disrespect the game. It's just a lot of it don't make sense. You just sit here and told me, and I know what you're saying is a fact because I fucking watch enough YouTube to see it. I see they doing that in Mexico. They making arch enemies live together like sardines.
Yeah.
Out there in El Salvador, they doing it in Chicago. They making GDs and vice lords live together in jails.
Yeah.
They doing it out here in California.
Well, yeah.
And it's like I
Well,
don't.
they
It's like
commingle in
how
New
does
York.
that make sense to me though? That due to my gang culture, nigga, we sit up in this box up under these white folks and mine each other, mine and respect.
Yeah.
But then on the streets, I kill you.
Yeah.
Make that fucking make sense.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about what the fuck I was raised on. I don't give a fuck about what the fuck my daddy, mama, nobody told me. Nigga, God run this world. So I will never understand it. And
Right.
it's just little shit like that I just can't, my brain can't pinpoint on. I'm not better than nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing nobody down. I'm not disrespecting nobody. But that's the shit that fucking irritates me. Little shit like that.
Yeah.
Nigga, you're not finna kill my brother and talk about you gonna kill me on the streets, but then when we in jail up under these white folks, it's good.
Yeah. It's the
Make
program.
that make sense.
the
Well,
programming part.
what it is that
That's
what
the
it is-
program.
Program, yeah,
Bigger
we
than the
pro-
program.
Well, it's
The
the-
program.
No,
it's
we're programmed, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And I'm not saying I'm not gonna
Right.
program with
We
nothing, but I
yeah.
just don't understand. That's the stuff and shit that just make me be like,
It's almost like a peace treaty because
Yeah.
because once you get in there, the goal is for everybody to go home if you're going home.
And then when we come home, we just sacrifice our
Resume
lives.
program.
Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you fuck boy. My life. That's what I'm saying. Just hear me out. So I want you to understand
like,
this.
damn, nigga, you
Your
gave me a
life-
suit.
You know what that is?
You
That's
called
ba-
my sister
You know what
fuck?
that's basically saying, bro?
Yeah.
That this program is bigger than my life.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing bigger than mine.
Congratulations, welcome to the game. nigga.
Welcome to the gang. Gang.
Welcome to the
My
gang,
fucking I'm out
nigga.
of here, nigga.
Oh, man.
Like
So-
Yosemite Sam. Bang, 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 bang. I'm out of the gang.
Right.
I mean, America
right,
was
right.
raised on that shit, though. You gotta understand,
Right.
America
That's
came
cool.
up off the shoot 'em up, bang bang, and
Right.
America came up off of criminals and
And
taking shit.
you went for to make them Americans lock
Yeah.
up with the arch enemies.
But you gotta understand, you gotta, in order for your shit to run, and understand this, the motherfucker who gave you the poison is not about to give you the solution, nigga. So if us as
Yeah,
blacks
boy.
been drinking that poison all this time, you think the motherfucker they've been big gulping poison to us.
Right.
You think they gonna give you the solution to get yourself up out of bondage, pull you up by your
you gotta
bootstraps?
figure
Hell
it
no.
out.
That's why we all we got. We all we got, man. And when people figure that out, and that's why I say, if you can get along in there, you can get along out here, man.
Right.
It
Exactly.
ain't no excuse. I saw it. I seen it. I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about
And that's what I'm saying.
arch enemies, rivals from down south and up in the Bay, different cities. I won't say which factions, but
I know.
sworn enemies
In the Bay, too.
But in there they hugging and laughing and kikiing. Nigga, they got a cipher, rap cipher, rapping together.
Yo, niggas do that right here in the Bay.
Here,
too.
Hannibal.
I'll take it a step further for them niggas go together too.
Yeah, and then Sally's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, giving out sneak kisses at night. Yeah.
But we thank you for coming through, man. For real, man.
We really fuck with this guy.
Keep
right
rocking, keep rolling, keep hustling. You know how it go, man. You know, keep networking like you do, man.
Sir.
You one of my favorite people. I ain't even talking about comedy. You one of my favorite people, for real. You know how we get down, like for real. Like every time I call, bruh, I'm talking about running. So I appreciate you so much, just as a human being. You know what I'm saying? Beyond comedy.
100.
Keep doing your thing, man. Let them know where to find you at on Instagram, Facebook, all that. You know what I'm talking about?
What you got going on?
You know what I'm
Let 'em know.
saying?
Talk to him.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram, Jerry Law 2 Raw, JERYLAW, the number 2 RAW. That's on Instagram. And you can follow my website from the cage to the stage.org. What else? You can catch me on Quake's House, Kevin Hart LOL Network, Channel 96, Sirius XM. I'll be on there this month on the 25th. And you can tune in and catch me at Tommy T's on the night. And just follow me and you can see all my shows.
Just
and my
follow.
brushes.
You can see all this show.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
straight up from the
Just follow
cage to
me,
the
you can see all my
stage.
shows.
I really,
and this
really,
goddamn Valone, this some strong shit.
Yeah, man.
I really
We
love
fucking
that.
with it.
I love that token from the cage to the stage. I love that all that because it's authentic, fits you well, and that's you, man. I can't wait till that get big, man. I can't wait
Me
till that
neither,
like
man. Me neither.
Well, y'all support this brother, man.
support it, become something for
He
real.
really doing his thing in the Bay, man. Keep a lookout for him, man. I'm not gonna play with y'all and stamp nothing that ain't real, man.
Yes, sir. Shouts out to all the sponsors, man. Y'all make sure y'all support all the sponsors. I need y'all to like, subscribe, comment. We read the comments. So let us know in the comments what you think and what you want us to do and what you want us to talk about and what you want us to support. All that, man. We real in tune with the show, man. Disclaimer, we on this show do not mean any harm to anybody mentally, physically, or emotionally. We're just here for entertainment purposes and entertainment purposes only. I'm your host, Hannibal Thompson. My co-host, Sir Hand Street Food. And then until next time, I'll see
right,
y'all in a
guys.
minute. Yeah.